All right, Kenman here, and today we have a surprise unboxing. I am not sure where this is from. I have a few things that are out, should be delivered in the next week, so I'm not exactly sure what this is. How exciting is that? Shut up, Dan. Open the box. Yeah, so I guess to figure it out, we're just going to tear in first, and then we can talk about it, and we'll see. What could it be? We have one. Oh, it's Molsect. Now I know what it is. And two. We have two knives from the company Molsect. And a receipt and bag on the floor. Molsect reached out to me. I'd actually seen some of their knives in the past, a few reviews on a couple of them. And they asked if I was interested in giving a couple for review, so they sent these out. This is brought to you by Molsect. Thank you to them for sending these. I'm excited to kind of check them out. You know, if you've watched my videos before, I am long-winded and slow, so we are only going to do one of them in this video, and then we'll do the other one in the other video. So pay attention to that. I'll have them just back to back, one day and then the next one. But let's go. Here we go. Molsect. Who has one from this company? New to me. There's some info right there. Nice simple box. In we are. And another box in a box. Box on the floor. Okay, caution, sharp blade, 2024 Molsect, made in China. Anyone have any guesses on what this one is? I actually saw several reviews on the same knife, and they actually let me pick. They kind of said, which ones are you interested in? So I actually chose the two that I got, and neither of them are the one that I saw the main video on. I thought that one looked cool as well, but I just figured it's like, oh, I'll try something that I haven't even seen at all. Cool, here we are. Another box on the floor. And we have an interesting kind of leather pouch. I like the way that's put together on the side. Cool looking kind of green, green leather pouch. Got a little pop release. In we are. And this is not the knife. All right. I thought it was, which is fine. So we've got a sticker, Molsect. Share with us about Molsect. Safety, warranty. We have a cloth, and then we have paracord. So they throw in a paracord. I mean, I guess here we are. All right, just a piece of black cord for making a wrap or something with it. Okay. And we have the knife. There it is. I'll go ahead and pop this right there for us to look at. Maybe it gives us a little info. Like I said, I wasn't sure. This is the Molsect Arch pocket folder. All right, let's get this pouch out of the way. Here it is. Front flipper. What do we think? Cool looking design. I like that pocket, or that pivot with that M kind of milled out right there. Wow, that's interesting. It's like a flathead. What are we looking at here? So this is the Molsect Arch. Actually, I am confused. This is not the Molsect Arch. My box says Arch. Give me one moment. Okay, I am back. I just pulled up the website. This is actually the Molsect Orbit. So, yeah, because they let me choose nothing. You know, this looks like it was an error in packing. But yeah, that in fact does say Molsect Arch, which was one of the ones that I'd requested I put the info up so we could talk about it. But this is the Molsect Orbit, which still is a very cool looking knife. Whoops. Front flipper only. We've got a Contour G10 handle and then a 14C28N blade. It actually says, I don't know if I can get that angle. It's a very light mark, but right in there it says 14C28N. It's got a fuller, but I don't think we can access. You can't get into it. It's too tight in there. So it is a front flipper only. Drops down pretty easy. Let's see if I can. Yep. So actually that front flipper works pretty good. Who has one of these? Tell me what you think. I will have to carry it a couple days, get feel for it, see what my opinions are. It's got an interesting handle shape and feel. I generally like it when it gets a little bit bigger at the end. When it gets smaller, it almost sometimes feels like you can slip off. There's a decent amount of grip there. There are some jimps. I do notice, though, I can't even feel those jimps unless I push in like that, and then there's only just a couple of them. So a lot of those jimps were really only designed for the front flipper. So they are there. You can see they wrap all the way around that front flipper. And so they definitely aid in that. But as far as holding it up here, you don't really get them as much. I can kind of feel it in there, but you know me, I like a lot of jimps. A stack of jimps out to like there would be what I would prefer. But everyone has different taste. This is an interesting, nice little daily carry, not too large. Seems to have pretty good action. That drops down really easy, flips out. I'm a lefty, and it seems to be no problem. Righty will drop it onto my thumb there. Action is pretty good. These are not too expensive. I think Molsect, if I look here, they've got about a dozen or so different knives. Actually, some of them are the same, just different handles. They probably have 6 to 10 different styles if you're interested. Looks like most of them are 14C28N blades, and but then they vary in types and shapes and sizes. Wow, this is cool. Should we do a die project on there? This is one of those ones where the liners kind of stick out just a little bit. The liners are just barely larger than the scales, but I like that because you can kind of feel them up in there. It's an extra little ridge. If these were a different color than gray, they would probably pop, but the gray and the silver is such a close. If I get up closer, you can kind of see that shadow that forms right there when I turn it this way, right in there. So the liner is just a little bit bigger all the way around. If this was like a red handle, that would pop a lot more. Maybe or what are we kidding me? I'm going to dye this for sure. What color should we do it? Comment below. I really like that captive pivot with the M. That is excellent. Very clean design from Molsect here. Not a lot of branding on there. Like I said, it's got that 14C28N right there. But other than that, very clean. This is an interesting pivot with that almost, it's like just a flathead. I mean, not that detracts from the, as long as the threads hold, it is what it is. That's generally, it'd be easier maybe to find a screwdriver than it would be to find some Torx bits. But I mean, I'm a knife guy, so I got Torx. I got them everywhere. I got tons of T8s and 6s all over the place. Okay, let's do the rest of this here. The blade is centered nicely right in the middle where it's supposed to be. Solid. Like I said, I showed the jimps. I wish there was some more jimps out to there. But they do work good for the front flipper. Blade is solid. No play at all, which is great. Boom. Enjoying these unboxings where I don't know what I'm getting myself into? If so, hit that like button. subscribe if you would like to see more. The clip cannot be swapped to the other side, so no love for the lefties there. I guess it does say Molsect right on the pocket clip there. That'd be the only main branding, and you got that big lanyard hole right there for those of you that like the lanyards. All right, let's get some credentials. Kind of a gentleman's, kind of smaller, profiled, sleek kind of a design. I don't know, maybe I'm making up stuff here. What? Okay, 7 1/4 end to end. Blade is about 3 1/4, and you could say it's 3 1/2 if you wanted to measure all the way to those peaks right there. And cutting surface is 3 1/8 with just a slight curve on the belly there. Oh, handle 4 inches exactly on the handle. Oop, I forgot my battery is dying on this. We'll see how that goes. 0.11 for the blade thickness. It rides all the way out to there, and then you've got a little swedge. It starts to thin out. Handle thickness, 0.53 in the middle. Widest spot, 1.2021. Boom. I can dig it. I compare everything with the CJRB Pyrite. Great button lock, EDC, daily user, budget knife. Almost exactly the same size. If I line them up right here, it looks like the Pyrite handle is just a little bit bigger. Blade is exactly the same length, although the Molsect has a little bit longer cutting surface because of the forward choil on the Pyrite. I really do like that though, because you can choke up on there, up there, get up in it. Nice button lock, really good user. If you are interested, check out a CJRB Pyrite. I keep forgetting to weigh stuff. Sometimes I get a little distracted. Squirrel. All right. So the Molsect 3.76. This is like the size of a Pyrite. Look at this. 3.67. Very close. Just slightly heavier, a little bit thicker at that point right there. But really, you're looking at something that's about the same size as the Pyrite. Size, weight, feels a little different. Like I said, it's a little wide here, narrow here. I'm not usually as much of a fan of that, but I don't mind it. This actually doesn't feel like it's slipping at all. This G10 with the contours on it. It's got a nice little curve. Feels good. Would be nice if I could flip that clip to the other side, but that is okay. Comment below, what color should I do the dye on this? What do we think? Which other Molsects should I check out? You guys have a few from them. I'm going to have to contact them, tell them they sent the wrong one. That's not really a major strike against the company or anything like that. That was just kind of a little error that somehow one got in the wrong box. But the box did say the one I was supposed to get, so it wasn't like it was done on purpose. Yeah. I am excited to continue to mess around with this, and stay tuned. I'll get that other video posted. It'll probably come out tomorrow, the day after you see this one here. And yeah, I'm going to kind of talk to Molsect, check out maybe a couple more of their knives because these are pretty cool. Stay sharp. See you soon.